To get the proper length chain, you'll want to wrap the chain around the largest chain ring in the front and the largest gear of the cassette in the back, bypassing the rear derailleur. Here's how you do that. Pass the chain through the front derailleur. And bring the chain through the seat and chainstays around the biggest gear of the cassette. There we go. And then you bring the chain together. Oh, 1 second. Once you bring the chain together, you want to make sure you have one additional link of chain past the end. As you can see, we have one additional link. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use a chain connector. So if you don't use a chain connector, the rule is the length plus 2 links. But since we're going to install the chain connector, we only use one additional link. There are 2 types of chain connectors like this. Some of them come with the chain and they actually lock. This style allows you to put it on and then take it off again. I highly recommend this type because it makes cleaning your chain very easy. This chain was already cut to length. If your chain was not the proper length, you'll need to remove a few of the links. To do that, you can use a chain cutting tool. What you'll do is you'll place the chain inside the chain cutting tool, and then you'll turn this handle right here. What that does is it pushes one of the pins of the chain out, and then you can remove that section of the chain. And that is how you measure your chain. Now we'll feed the chain through the rear derailleur. Start with the chain over the smallest gear of your cassette, and then we're going to feed the chain over the top of the first rear derailleur pulley. So it'll come through like this. There we go. And once it's through there, we'll go through this guide right here. Here we go. And then we'll go over the top of the bottom pulley through this guide. Now that we fed the chain properly through the rear derailleur, it's time to connect both ends of the chain. To do this, we'll use our connector link. Take 1/2 of your connector link and put the small pin through the one end of the chain. I'd like to mention that when you cut your chain, you'll have to make sure you leave 2 inside links of the chain. This will allow the chain connector to work. Now we'll take the other end of the chain connector and put it through the other end of the chain. Once those are in place, you can pull the chain together and put the pins through their slots. And then pull it tight. And there we have a connected chain. To lubricate your chain, place the bottle over the chain and turn the crankset backwards, passing the chain through the derailleur and over the cassette. Put a small amount of lubricant on the chain as you go through. Make sure you make several complete revolutions and then use a rag to remove any excess grease by turning the chain through your hand. When that's complete, you've properly lubricated your chain.